Whatever it takes, I know I can make it through. A Degrassi podcast with Kelsey and Holland too. I know I can make it through.
Hi, and welcome to Whatever It Takes, a podcast about Degrassi, the Next Generation. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Holland, and today we're talking about Season 8, Episode 17, Up Where We Belong. And Kelsey, will you please read us the Degrassi Wiki summary?
Sure. Mia drops out of school to model full-time despite everyone's protests. It's Holly J versus Miss Dawes when Holly J gets a C on an art assignment. Sav struggles between registering for engineering or music.
Sure.
Whatever.
I guess so.
It's fine. It's nice that they have all the plots in there.
The episode title is Up Where We Belong, which is based on a 1982 song by Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes. It was for the movie An Officer and a Gentleman, and it's the sappiest song ever.
It just makes me think of Moulin Rouge.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't really have anything to do with the episode because nobody's love is lifting anybody up where they belong.
No, it doesn't track at all.
I mean, I guess it may be in a literal sense. It's like Mia needs to find out like where she belongs, where her priorities are supposed to be. I guess like everyone's trying to figure out like where they belong in terms of the future. So I guess it semi-works, but this song is about, like, the sappiest loves that I've ever loved. So, I don't know, whatever.
It doesn't really work.
It is semi-okay, maybe. But, whatever. The episode starts with a little Miss Sauvé montage where Mia and Sav and Holly J and Anya and everybody is like being interviewed by her to figure out like what their plans are going to be for the next semester, for like classes or something. And this is also where we find out that Mia is failing,
which is not a big surprise.
Yeah,
she's got a lot going on.
It's also where we discovered that Sav feels pressured to do like engineering, but he really just wants to focus on his music, man. But yeah, she's failing because of modeling, and Miss Sauvé is worried about her, and she's like, whatever, I can do both. And then the theme song plays.
Well, and also Holly J is like, I'm going to be fine. I do everything. And there's that whole deal. And can we get into fashion?
Yeah.
Mia's wearing a cool leather jacket, and Sav needs a haircut.
Oh, his hair's so bad. I feel like his jaw got more, like, pronounced or defined. I feel like his jaw is more prominent. I don't know. Mia's hair also continues to look amazing.
So good. All of the, like, beauty for the modeling stuff is bonkers, though. It's so sparkly.
Yeah.
Same with the earrings and stuff. Also, at one point, Sav is wearing a T-shirt that says "Be the Change" because, of course, he is.
Wrote that down. Oh, at one point, Mia is wearing like this, like gingham blazer thing that's kind of giving me Heather's vibes, and I didn't hate it.
When Mia is resigning from school, her outfit's crazy. She's wearing like one of those like taxi driver caps.
Oh yeah,
and like this bulky white sweater with this.
It's like it's like a white sweater dress. I feel like
with like an extremely tight giant belt, and none of it works. None of it.
We're
works.
in the era of humongo belts,
just enormous. But like the hat doesn't match anything, and the belt doesn't work with the. I don't know. I hate it.
It's all bad.
All bad.
But when she's, like, at Isabella's school or whatever and talking to her mom, and her mom's like, why did you do this? I, like, didn't approve of this. She had a really awesome coat on. It was, like, really pretty. I don't know if I have anything else.
Me neither.
Yeah, that's it. All right, cool. But, yeah. So then we're in Queen Kwan's class, and Mia super bombed her English test and was like 50-something%. And Anya's like, I messed up too. And it's like a 79%, which like, I get that it's like, oh, that sucks. You got to see, but your friend just totally failed. Maybe don't show your grade to her and be like, me too.
Seriously. Like, that's very nearly a B-.
Yeah. And Mia goes up to talk to Queen Kwan and is like, hi, like, can you please help me out? Like, I really don't want to fail this term. She's like, all right, I'll make your end of term, like, speech count towards 60% of your grade so you can try to pull your grade up.
Which is so lenient for her.
Yeah, she's like helping her out a lot, which is very nice of her. And the speech assignment is, where do you see yourself in 5 years and why?
Like, what is that assignment?
I don't know.
I don't understand. That's not academic at all. That's not,
I mean, I think it's like a public speaking assignment rather than like what the content of your speech is. So I think it's just, it's something that, I think it's to show that you can like put together a speech for like a certain amount of time and deliver it appropriately. I don't think it really matters what you're talking about.
It's still a dumb assignment.
I don't know. And then Mia and Anya are starting to walk out of class, and Anya's like, oh, study session tonight? And Mia's like, definitely, unless, oh no, I have to work, as she's checking her phone. And Anya's like, well, you finished your speech, right? It's due tomorrow. And Mia's like, of course I have, when she totally has not.
Definitely has not. Also, okay, Mia keeps having these modeling jobs at night that like work out really well for after school.
That's not how
But
it
in
works.
my experience, that's not how photo shoots work. Like, unless you're doing like a night shoot outside, but this is all like in studios.
Yeah, I
like,
don't know.
These people are not like starting work at 7 p.m. That's not what's happening here.
Yeah, it's not practical.
It doesn't make sense. Like, it's an all-day thing. Like, she would not be able to be in school and full-time modeling because
totally not.
She can't do this, like, on nights and weekends. That's not how, at least in editorial, that's not how that works.
No.
Like, you work during work hours. I mean, you work late, but you work during work hours. Like, you will, for the most part, like, I've never seen a photo shoot start later than, like, 2 p.m. And even then, it was, like, because it was the celebrity, and it's, like, just, like, fitting them into, like, the time that they can be there.
Yeah. I don't know. They're like, it works. It's fine. It's Degrassi. Everything works out fine. But then we're in art class, and Blue got an A on his assignment because it makes the teacher feel lonely. And then she goes over to Holly J's painting, which is just a bowl of fruit. And she's like, I mean, I guess it's technically fine, but there's nothing emotional about it, which was the assignment. It was to show, like, your emotional interpretation of this bowl of fruit. And Holly J's like, the fuck are you talking about? I drew the bowl of fruit. Give me an A. And the teacher's like, no, you didn't follow the assignment, but because you did a good job drawing it, I will just give you a C. And
which Holly J will not stand
her
for.
teacher is being very, like, fair, because she's like, I mean, you didn't do it right, but I'll give you credit for trying.
Yeah.
And Holly J is like, what are you talking about? I did it right. Blah.
Yeah, she's freaking out. And she's like, I did it right. Which, like, no, you did not. You are not listening. You're not listening to the fucking assignment.
Dummy. Yeah.
Holly J has no business trying to be an artist.
It reminds me, did you read that Meg Cabot book, All American Girl?
No.
Oh. Well, she's, like, taking art classes, and her teacher, and they actually have to draw a bowl of fruit, and she draws a bowl of fruit, but she doesn't draw the bowl of fruit in front of her. She draws, like, a technically perfect bowl of fruit, but the teacher's like, that's not the bowl of fruit I told you to draw. She's like, but it looks good. She's like, that's not what I told you. It's very reminiscent of that scene from that book for me. Anyway, Stude's practice. They continue to be grating on my ears, but at the same time, this song is probably the best one that they've had.
Yeah, their music has improved. Their lyrics are still physically painful to listen to and don't make any sense.
And then Sav is talking about how he's like, trying to choose between engineering and music. And Peter and Spinner are like teasing him about how he has to plan out his whole life. And like, you're only 17, dude. Like, way to give up on your dreams now. And they're like, Peter's talking about how like he and Anya are going to get married and have kids. And then Spinner says something gross, which is like, kids conceived of Josh Groban's best of. I'm like, can we not talk about the conception of future children?
Ew.
And it's like, oh, what is Sav to do? He wants to follow his heart, but he feels pressured to go into engineering because of his parents. Where?
I'm just so bored by this.
I'm bored by this entire episode. But then Holly J has Blue's painting and her painting and finds the Shep and is like, which one do you like better? And he points at hers and she's like, yeah, that's what I thought too. But Miss Dawes gave me a C and she gave this one an A. And then he's like, oh, okay, well then, yeah, then that one must be better. The teachers are always right. And I'm like, Holly J, the days are gone where you're looking for validation from the Shep because he's turned a new leaf now since his weird suspension thing. I don't know.
Yeah, but also the Shep would think that the technically good but artistically fucking boring is the better painting.
Yeah. But then we are at Mia's shoot and it's running 3 hours behind. Oh no. And she's trying to work on, but if you're 3 hours behind, it seems like you're not doing anything at this moment and you could try to work on your assignment.
Well, she is. She's just
she's
not
trying
good at
to.
it.
She's just bad at it. But she's stressing out. And that's that scene. But then the next day, Sav
walks
past this room where Mr. What's his name? Valor?
I truly have no idea. We've never seen this man before.
We've never seen him either.
Okay.
It's the music teacher, I guess. Oh yeah, so Sav is debating between doing physics or this special music program that's only going to be available in this next semester or something. And so he passes by the classroom where the music teacher guy is playing. Is that a mandolin? What is that instrument? I don't know what it is. It's a teeny tiny guitar, but it's not a ukulele.
It seems like a mandolin.
And he's essentially luring Sav into trying out for this music course thing. And he's also telling him what kind of future options he could have in music, music producer or something else.
Composer, audio engineer, etc.
And Sav was like, oh my god, I don't know. And he starts playing the mandolin and the teacher's like, you just tuned that by ear in less than a minute. You should try out for this. And Sav's like, gotta go, bye.
Sav needs to lighten up a little.
Yeah. I feel like he's putting too much pressure on himself.
But also his parents are putting pressure on him.
Yeah. But then
he's always conflicted with the whole I have to do what my dad says, but I have to follow my heart. Mm-hmm. It's very annoying.
Yeah.
We get it.
But then we are in Queen Kwan's speech class, I guess, English speech class, and it's time for everyone to go up and give their speeches, and Mia's literally working on her speech while everyone else is going up. She hasn't finished it at all.
Because she doesn't know what she wants to do. She writes down, architect ? And Sav is why? And she's I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, Mia, I feel you're bad at math. You should not be an architect.
Also, you already are working. Maybe just go with the model thing.
Talk about being a model.
That's literally what you're doing right now.
It's probably what you'll be doing in 5 years.
Probably. And then it's finally her turn to go.
Oh, wait, can we talk about everyone else's speeches really fast?
Oh, yeah. Anya wants to be a veterinarian.
Because she loves helping animals. It's a very boring speech.
Sav is like, I'm going to be an engineer.
But he has a good speech. He has, all these good reasons that aren't just, my dad thinks...
told me to.
Yeah, my dad thinks I should. What did Holly J want to do?
I don't know. I wasn't listening to what she wanted to do.
I don't remember.
But then it's finally Mia's turn, and she just starts making shit up. She sees a girl wearing an aquarium t-shirt, and she's like, marine biology, sure, because I really like dolphins. I don't know. And then she's fucking it up, and Queen Kwan is like, you need to sort out your priorities. You need to figure it out. You did such a bad job. This just cost you your term. And it's just and then Mia just walks out of class and it's oh no, sorry, bye. But then then she goes to pick up Isabella from ballet, and they've just stopped giving this child lines because she can't deliver them. She just says, Mommy, and then has to react to whatever Nina Dobrev is doing.
At least she's reacting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hated Angie so much that everyone is better by comparison.
I don't know. This child does not know how to act. But whatever. And yeah, Mia
Super
shows up
cute,
to
though.
like ballet class, and the mom is like, "Oh, the teacher just says we have to like pay more money for something next week."